Hello, Caitlin here. This is a bad time in the world. It's just not good. It's troubling, disturbing. What I can do is acknowledge that I am privileged, I am white, I have no conception of others' realities that have it harder than I can even imagine. To me, what's most important is to offer my support in any way that I possibly can to the Black Lives Matter movement. And that being said, I'll put some resources in the description. This is just a time to reevaluate the world. For this video today, I am going to talk about my favorite books, and I'm going to tier rank them. So, as you can see in this tier creator that I have created, we have just a series of normal tiers. On top, though, we have I Will Die on This Hill, which is just, you know, how I feel about some of the books that are my favorite books. So I figured that would be a great way to express my top tier and to say, you know, if this book is I Will Die on This Hill, then you should read that book. It's a good book. Okay, so these are my top 20 books. I just went on Goodreads and filtered to all of my 5-star books and picked out 20 books that I was like, yeah, these are my favorite books, because I hadn't formally created a list of them before now, but I think these are pretty representative of my reading in the past, which made me realize how much more I want to read, and it was kind of inspiring. All right, so getting right to it, we have A Court of Mist and Fury. I have not been shy about talking about how much I love this book. It is immediately I Will Die on This Hill because it is my favorite book of all time. So we're just getting that out of the way right away. No use going around it at all. Okay, next we have To All the Boys I Loved Before. I really enjoyed this series before watching the Netflix adaptation of it, and I did enjoy the first movie. I haven't seen the second movie. I know it's received very contrary opinions since then. Some people love it, some people just kind of don't see the hype. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I think I would put it like C tier, and obviously these are all my favorite books, so putting them on any tier is saying it's a good book, but comparatively it's not like something that I mean, I probably wouldn't reread it. I would recommend it to people. I would say you probably like this book if you're into contemporaries. That's something. Next we have The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, which immediately also for me goes on I Will Die on This Hill, because I don't think I've talked about this book as much, but it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece of magical realism, and magical realism is becoming easily one of my favorite genres, so that one, yeah, just read it. If you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. It is, it's gorgeous. It's whimsical, everything you could want without even knowing what it's about, which I knew nothing about it when I read it, so that was great. All right, next we have Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I think I said his name wrong, but I tried. This was a book that I read for school, but it's probably one of my favorite classics that I've ever read, and I don't know, I think I'd put it in D tier. It's not something that I would go out of my way to rave about, but it's something that I feel very strongly about as a book. I think it's a very good book, and yeah, I think that works for it. City of Bones, I put that on here as a series, so we're just talking about the Mortal Instrument series as a whole. This is something that I read a very long time ago, and at the time was very passionate about, but I don't know how passionate about it I am anymore. I felt like the later books were stronger than the earlier books in the series, and following that up with The Infernal Devices. I read The Infernal Devices before I read The Mortal Instruments, and I love them so much more. I wouldn't put them on I Would Die on This Hill, but I would put it A tier. And I haven't read them in a very long time, and I've considered rereading them, so I might actually do that at some point, but I really don't reread books, so I don't know about that. All right, okay, so Fallen Kingdoms. I really love the Fallen Kingdom series. I think it's great. So my first instinct was to put it in C tier, but I don't feel right putting it on the same level as To All the Boys I Loved Before, so I think it's B tier. And that's including the series as a whole. I just put the first book on there. Okay, Fangirl. I read this last year, and I understand the hype. I genuinely thought it was going to be far overhyped, but I loved it. It was beautiful. It takes place during Kath's freshman year of college, and I read it after my freshman year of college, so it was pretty relevant to me, and just it was the right time to read it. Definitely. For me, I think it would be B tier. It's definitely above To All the Boys and City of Bones, but I enjoyed it about the same level as Fallen Kingdom. All right, The Great Gatsby. Again, another book I read for school back in high school, but it's a work of art. I mean, everybody knows The Great Gatsby is just really something. Even if you've just seen the movie, you probably have a glimpse of the vibes that you get, the message, you know, the symbols, everything. It's great. But honestly, I would put it on the same level as Brave New World. I love them equally, which makes me feel like I'm just jibbing the classics right now, but I don't know. I mean, the classics are up there for me, but do they beat these other books that I really loved? I don't know. I'm gonna put it there for now. Harry Potter. Okay, I love Harry Potter. I didn't grow up reading it as most people did, so it's a little bit sad. However, I read it in high school. I loved it. Being one of the names that contributes to my channel name, it should be I Will Die on This Hill, you think, but honestly, no, I think it's A tier for me. It's, yeah, that feels right. It's A tier. It's something that I probably would reread, but is it I Will Die on This Hill? I don't know. It's getting me thinking. No, I feel much stronger about Cornus and Fury, Strange Beautiful Sorrows. Yeah, okay. Next we have An Abundance of Catherines. This is my favorite John Green book, and I really, really enjoy John Green's writing, so I felt that I should put one of his books on here, and this is obviously my favorite. However, I don't think it really measures up to a lot of these books. I'd probably put it C tier. Okay, D tier. It's D tier. It's D tier. Which is weird because I really love John Green's writing, but whatever, it's fine. It's D tier. I don't like go out of my way to recommend it to people, but when I have a conversation with someone about John Green, this is the book I talk about. So, I don't know. Okay, I put The Return of the King on here in place of the entire Lord of the Rings series, which I read twice. So you would think it's I Will Die on This Hill. And at one point in time, it was I Will Die on This Hill. But last semester, I took a Tolkien class, and that's why I reread it. And of course I loved it a second time just as much as I did the first time, but having to analyze Tolkien like that and to dissect the series as far as I did, I don't think I can put it on I Will Die on This Hill. It's not one of those books that you're gonna be like stuck to every page and like wanting to continue reading. I had to force myself to get through it, and that doesn't make it not a good story. It doesn't like diminish its worth at all. It's beautiful, the first of its kind. I think it's spectacular, but it's A tier. It's just A tier. It's the same level as Harry Potter for me, which is, wow, my channel name is composed of A tier books for me, not I Will Die on This Hill. Maybe my channel name should have been Mist and Sorrows. Okay, here we have Love in the Time of Cholera by Marquez. I really, really love Marquez's writing. I think it's beautiful. I think it's even better in Spanish, but I did read this novel in English, and I think more people should read his work. This is a call to action. If you haven't read anything by Marquez, go read something. I think I'd put it on B tier for me. It's definitely equal with Fallen Kingdom's Fangirl. I think it's beautiful, but I don't like, I think I have recommended it to people. I don't know, it's good stuff. Okay, Interpreter of Maladies. I read this for a class this past semester, and it surprised me by, it's a collection of short stories about the Indian immigrant experience. I think it was great. It was beautiful, and I really loved the writing. It's C tier for me. Yeah, it's C tier. It's, yeah, because I would put it beneath Love in the Time of Cholera, but definitely above these books here. I think it's better than those. Yeah. Okay. Oh, The Martian. The Martian really snuck up on me. I read this last summer, and I honestly haven't stopped thinking about it since then. It's been almost a year since I've read it, so that's pretty cool. I'm really tempted to put it on I Will Die on This Hill, but then I would be putting it above Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. But this is a book I would recommend to everybody, so I think I'm gonna do it. It's going up there. It's up there. It's done. What's done is done and cannot be undone, as someone from the Great British Baking Show said. Okay, now we have The Night Circus. I really love The Night Circus. I think its characters are kind of weak and could be better, so it's not I Will Die on This Hill. But honestly, I think it's D tier. I think it's D tier. I kind of thought I understood where each of them would go in my mind, but now looking at them like next to each other, I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe it goes here, maybe it goes there. I'll put it, no, it's D tier, it's D tier. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, The Raven Boys. And by this I mean the entire Raven Boys series. The Raven Boys is very unique. It is unlike anything I've ever read besides it. That was a stupid sentence. Anyways, I love the Raven Boys series equally as much as I love the Fallen Kingdom series. So I should put it in B tier, I think. That makes sense to me. Okay. The Snow Child. This is a book I used to talk about on my channel a lot. And to be honest, I have forgotten most of the details, but I remember the vibes I got from it and how wonderful it was. And I really want to read Eowyn Ivy's other book, To the Bright Edge of the World. So, but that, I was going to put it in D tier, but that magical realism though, is pretty special. It's pretty special. Okay, I'm going to put it in C tier. Because I remember absolutely loving that book. It was something else. Okay, The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is another book that I read this past semester. It's a collection of short stories about the African immigrant experience and also just within different countries in Africa as well. I really loved this collection, and I would say I loved it probably more than Interpreter of Maladies. But I don't know if I would put it on B tier. I think it also belongs on C tier. I think it's, yeah, it belongs here, but I do enjoy it. I did enjoy it more than the Interpreter of Maladies, to be sure. Then we have Throne of Glass, which means the entire Throne of Glass series. I'm gonna put it on A tier. Yeah, it feels A tier to me. It feels greater than the Fallen Kingdom series, Fangirl, all those things. Alright, so that was me ranking my favorite books. I hope that you're doing well. I'll see you again soon. Bye.